Hey everybody, this is Grape did its second cooking video, and today we're doing something simple, not so much cooking as showing you what I did, putting it together. There's some cooking involved, but we've already put together a lot of it. And as always, we've got Truett here. You want to say hi?
Hi.
He's my helper extraordinaire, and June is back there helping Bud videotape, and she may make an appearance also. And what we're making today is basically ganache-filled sugar cookies. I'll get to ganache in a second. It's kind of a fancy word for something really simple. And we started off with a little recipe card that our babysitter actually gave us a pack of recipe cards, and there was one in there for, I think they were called Mary's cookie balls or something.
Yeah, that's what they were called. Yeah, that's what they were called. Hey, I just want to show you.
Oh, Truett did some art for the table.
So here, this is.
So this is Truett's art. He wanted to help decorate the table. He kind of, you want to explain it? You fold pages into, takes a book and folds the pages. So.
And this is another one, just here. That's the prettiness.
Okay, let's get to the cookies. We're going to try to keep this under 10 minutes, preferably a little shorter.
Our prettiness for this one.
They're very nice. They're very pretty on the table. Okay, so let's explain what happened yesterday. So we put together these cookies yesterday, and they were hilarious because they came out completely flattened. I mean, as almost like you took a lump of butter and stuck it in the oven.
Flatter than this.
Yeah, I mean, we could peel them off and sort of eat them all crumbly, and they were tasted delicious because they were like butter and sugar, but they wouldn't work for what we were trying to do. So we switched gears. We went online, we found a firmer cookie dough, we cooked a batch of them to show you, we made the ganache, and so what I thought we'd do today is, first of all, roll some cookies out.
We made this ourselves too.
We did, we made vanilla extract.
This is vanilla extract, and so what there is vanilla beans. You scrape the vanilla beans out, and then you basically put the vanilla bean itself
into bourbon. And the cool thing is it tastes like vanilla, but because the ratio of vanilla to bourbon is small, it's really like a bourbon infused vanilla or a vanilla infused bourbon. So it gives whatever you're making that nice slight bourbon flavor, but of course it's not at all overwhelming. It's really just like vanilla with a hint of something else in it. Okay, so let's what I'm gonna do, Truett, if you would like.
This is the dough starting. Yeah, this is the actual dough, and then this is what the dough turns into. Cookie shape, but it isn't a cookie.
It is a cookie that we're going to put ganache into. Anyway, we're making little ganache sandwiches. Part of our motivation was obviously just for fun. Part of our motivation was that we're hoping to do a little late January appetizer and cocktails party, just to kind of shake off the winter blues, and I'm going to talk about that on the website later. What I'd really like you to do, Truett, no more tastes. Yeah, okay. Just pinch off a little bit like this, Truby, and you can kind of make it into a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, and put them a few inches apart each. So I'm going to let him work on that. Here's a little wet towel if you need to. One thing I did with these cookies is I just got like a very shy teaspoon and kind of molded it. It's a sticky dough, so unless you want to really roll out and get fancy, which I did not, I just made really small dough balls. And that way, even when they spread, you still have a manageable cookie. Of course, I mean, like, they're not perfect. Some are kind of big, but okay. All right, so Truett's going to go ahead and make those. That's perfect. They need to be farther apart, though, because they spread. Remember, they melt and they spread. He's going to work on those, and then I'm going to get started on this part and just kind of show you what this part can look like. So here are some cooled cookies. I'm going to try to match sizes together pretty well. Not that worried about it.
Okay, I'm going to make a huge one.
And these would actually be really good. I know that everybody is kind of obsessed with salty sweet these days, but these really would be good sprinkled with a little bit of sea salt, maybe either right before or right after they came out of the oven. The original recipe called for more like formed balls, and then you would roll them in vanilla sugar, but we're not going to get that fancy. Okay, so let's move on to the ganache, and then we'll make a couple and we'll taste them, and then we'll finish our recipe off camera, the rest of what we've got. Okay, so this is ganache. It's a really fancy word. I love making it. I love using it because it sounds so fancy. But really all it is semi-sweet. You can take a little off or you can just make one big one. It's okay. So all it is you take, not quite half and half, but you want to do some heavy cream and some semi-sweet chocolate chips, and you just slowly melt them. You can use a double boiler. I don't have a double boiler. I just take a glass bowl with the ingredients inside and then put it sort of floating on top of a boiling pot of water and gently stir it together. It needs to be firm, but and this has been refrigerated, so it's extra firm. You might want to let it get room temperature, but because it's got the cream in it, it won't get all the way firm. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and we'll hurry it up a little just so, because we'll have kind of a short video. Oh, one other thing, I'll link to how we made this again, even though Truett told you. I know I've put it on the website a few weeks ago as a gift idea, but it made a really, really awesome gift we could give to friends and family, and of course we kept one just for ourselves. Do you want to do the ganache now?
Can I taste ganache?
He's also my taster. He and June taste everything. Okay, that's your last one. No more, please.
For you.
And I have this recipe. I'll link to everything. The ganache recipe. The that's just. I'll have to write this one out, but I'll write the sugar cookie recipe out or link to it. I halved everything, all the recipes, because again, we're just a family of 4, and sometimes after the holidays, everybody's. Hold on a second, please. You can do the next one. Why don't you switch places with me? And sometimes over the holidays, people, not sometimes, almost all the time, we kind of OD on sugar. So we'll give ourselves a smallish recipe. If we're entertaining or giving these away to neighbors, we might make them do the full recipe. All right, so Truett's going to do a little of the ganache on those cookies. And then what I might do after all of this is said and done is I might go ahead and put these in the fridge for another half hour or something so everything sort of gels together. It might even be really cool to freeze it and then kind of see how that came out. And alternately, and I think that's pretty obvious from these, you could do this like nice firm sugar cookie recipe and just put a big smear of your favorite ice cream and pop them in the freezer, and that'd be really nice in the summertime. There's nothing groundbreaking about that recipe, but it'd be really nice in the summertime. Okay, I'm going to finish up this one pan. We're going to get these frosted or filled, these cookies filled, and then we'll say bye. We'll taste them and then we'll say bye.
And we'll let you taste them.
Okay, I think we're at 8 minutes. I've got my videographer here telling me. Okay. So why don't I go put these in the oven? We'll all have a little taste, and we'll sign off.
And we'll show one in the camera for them to taste.
Yeah. Right. All right.
Not really.
Okay.
Mr. Willie.
Let me. Did you already make one? Let me just do this then. Break it. I'm gonna let Daddy and June try some. Got it, baby? Okay. You want to try a bite?
No, I can't.
We'll just try a bite. Okay. And I'll help out with this one. And you can tell the camera how they taste. How do they taste? Are they good? Truett and I have this little thing now where we'll say, "That is so good, I want to
Do a cartwheel over a giant.
do a cartwheel over a giant." And with that, let me have one little bite so I can give my reaction. Well, those are actually better than I even thought they were going to be. Really, really good. And those cookies aren't super, super sweet, and so the flavor combination with the kind of dark tasting chocolate is excellent. Gosh, a little whipped cream on those would be good too. Bye, everybody.